want to get politicians involved. If they don't have this advice, they will misfire. So some of those...
So you are saying politicians get involved?
Yes. We have had situations where...
So what do politicians stand to gain? Why do they get involved?
Do you know that students are all are voters? We have students... In the last election, we have over 40% of the voting population to be students.
So politicians are involved in the SUG elections because...
Yes, it's very easy to mobilize students to vote, because in the student community, you have every sector of the organization, like even at the local level. Let's take, for example, Ikpo Student Union. So somebody who is contesting an election at the Ikpo level can actually go to the campuses and mobilize students to come and vote for him and get a major bulk of the vote from there too. So that's why politicians are always involved. A lot of politicians are interested in students. And the students are very intellectual and sound. So most times, even in campaign, you can use students to...
Are you sure? I remember when I was in school, they carry buses to come and carry some people to go and vote somewhere. Those people did not look like they knew what they were going to vote for, because some people were giving some amount of monies. This was
it means that
I'm telling you,
own days,
and they were moved.
No,
I did not say I was, but it was something we saw, because I never really participated in any of these things, because it didn't make sense to me.
As far as how to do
how it was being handled.
This last SUG election, the vice chancellor did a very nice job. You know why? Even the observers to these aspirants were there. So the best persons to even give you details of what were the observers, they would have come to maybe screen that they were being robbed.
But wait, let me ask Ikpe this question before we take a commercial. Ikpe, you are the aspirant. He said something about those who have left and then in some executive advisory level in NANDS, and they don't have any influence. Are you confident that these individuals do not have a way that they sway votes and have candidates that they have special interest on and they want to win?
Well,
can you say that really that doesn't happen?
Well, no, I can't say that doesn't happen. You know, everybody, of course, has an influence to a large extent, and you can't limit how much someone can influence a process. But the truth remains that a system can't do without its fathers. A system can't do without those people that are experienced. Because even as an aspirant, I had to consult, you know, to a large extent, even those that have been there, those that have been experienced, those that are past. And the truth is, you would also have to depend on their influence. So if truly they have people in the system that also listen to them, they'll be able to guide you. Like I, for one, spoke to some of them and they were like, hey boy, you're seeing what's happening. You have to also advise yourself, if you're putting on this fight, how much do you think you can go? What's the best approach? What's the peaceful way to go about this? I think you should do this. Stay here, observe from here, pull out from here, go this way. And if you're somebody that listens, of course you should listen to the voice of elders, because they're going to guide you. And then to also add voice to why the VC was present and the advantage it had to the election. People have perceptions, but for me as a student, I think the VC did a good thing to have been available on that election ground. Reason is this: his presence was going to foster and booster security, which it did. So if the VC was not...
So he couldn't have just ordered for security people to be there?
It's not the same. You know, students are very funny. The absence of the VC has an attitude of always getting things done himself and supervising that these things are done right. He supervises night classes. Like he goes out of his way at the middle of the night to do security patrol with security men. So when you have a VC that's that security conscious and he leaves his office, puts himself at risk to come to a student election, to also see that security is in place and everything is going smoothly, it's a very big message.
Okay. So you don't think that his presence there was responsible for any of the fracas that we had? Because we have reports that there is one former student of University of Port Harcourt, who's a graduate now, that was hospitalized as a result of things that happened in that election. Well, after the break, we'll come back. I'm pretty sure Endwell will be in a better position to tell us more about that as well. Since he said he observed, let's come back from the commercial. We'll get details of that. Stay with us. Good morning. Continues quite long, if you ask me, commercial, but we are back and we'll just quickly get into it. My guest is still very much with me in the studio. Chuku Endwell is with me, former SUG president, and we have an aspirant for the SUG election, Eteng Okoi, in the studio as well. Loads of questions already coming in from Facebook and WhatsApp. We'll get your responses to them. But first, let me come to Mr. Endwell. So you clarify the acts of violence that was reported during the election. What was it? You observed the process. Yeah. Was it as a result of the electoral process, or what exactly was the situation about? Because we heard that, bodily injuries were inflicted and so on.
If those who were pushing on social media should have made their research very well, what even happened didn't happen inside University of Port Harcourt. It happened by the UPTH motor park. That's where it happened. It wasn't even... but even after that, the VC drove down to actually find out, because the man likes investigating for himself. He went there and even realized that the person that was even attacked wasn't a student of University of Port Harcourt. So that even gives you the understanding that it wasn't even student related. At a point, I think even the security agencies realized that maybe it was a fallout of maybe a fracas, and maybe they have traced the person to... I would not know the details because I am not part of the people who attacked, and I don't know the reason why they attacked the person, but I can tell you, for all I know, that the incident wasn't student related, because the person that was attacked wasn't a student.
Okay.
He wasn't an aspirant. He wasn't a voter. He wasn't an aspirant in the election.
Ikpo, quickly. The election policy or style in tertiary institutions, before we open the phone lines, if we can just do this in 1 minute. How effective is it? Because some people think it's cost effective, it's expensive. Is it very expensive to vie for any office?
It is, especially at the SCG level. It is very, very expensive.
What do you need to do? How much is it to get a form? How much?
Basically, the forms, like in UNIPORT here, the forms are not sold. The form is free.
Okay.
Constitutionally. But beyond the form now, you consult, do a lot of consultations, and that's where the money comes in. Do a lot of self-branding, personality branding, but man, the consultation is not joke.
The consultation, when you are going, you have to go with cow?
Yeah,
or with goats?
Let me give you a breakdown. So you get to consult, like, let's say 20-something faculties based on their numbers, departments, hostels, stakeholders. And normally when you consult now, you come at least with a bottle of drink as a show of respect when you come to someone you want something from. Some persons, you can go as far as accompanying those drinks with envelope. The tradition is that you seek audience. And so when you come to seek audience, you must come with something to be given a stand to present your case or seek support or solicit. So basically, that's where the whole funding comes in. And then your branding as a person, you do a lot of branding, designs, personality-wise, and all of that. So yeah, it involves money.
This person on WhatsApp says, ask your guest, the former SUG president, what led to the clash between cult groups that led to the killing of one person? Okay, first of all, there's no official report about the death of anyone. We know that some people were injured and taken to the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, but there's not been any confirmation of death from anyone. This is Sam, and I think you already responded to that a while ago, so I'm pretty sure that will suffice. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007 are the numbers you can call. And we're asking you, why increasingly do you think politics in tertiary institutions is becoming a lot more competitive, in most cases marred with violence or electoral malpractice? Let us know. My guest, the former SUG president, said politicians have interests. And that is also one reason why you see what you see sometimes with the competitive nature of it. Politicians have interests because it is a way for them to also get votes when that time comes. Well, what do you think? We'll go to the phone lines. I'm sure you also have questions. We'll be taking those questions as well on WhatsApp, 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp number. So on Facebook, this person says, because in Rivers State there's no free and fair election, it's all about rigging from top to bottom. Prince Annie says, for peace to reign, the activities should be regulated. This one says, all right, this one says, politics within our universities is becoming more competitive because in Nigerian politics, it is the biggest paying industry. Darlington Ogbuku. Jerry Beer says, it is a reflection of what we are facing in our society today. Koate Magnan says, politics in our tertiary institutions are becoming tensed because politicians, through the SUG president, use students from various campuses for election rigging and to perpetrate crime, making it very lucrative because before, during, and after the processes, money exchanges hands. I think that you are agreeing to some degree with what my guest, the former SUG president, said. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
My friend Andrew, good morning.
What's your name, please?
Just please is my name.
All right, go on with your contribution or question.
President Mekata. Okay, Andrew, my take is on the issue at the University of Port Harcourt. They just concluded election and administration generally. Andrew, I was there when the election held, that last SUG election held in UNIPORT. I think I can tell you with what I saw, the election was free and fair. And I thank the school management for giving the students the free hand to exercise their franchise freely. Andrew, I must commend the Vice Chancellor of UNIPORT, Professor Unari George, for the way he has handled and given UNIPORT a facelift. His administration is doing well. I commend him. Thank you so much, Andrew.
All right, thank you very much. Emeka from Elele. Go on, Emeka. Good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning. My name is Emeka from Elele.
Go on.
About the SUG election in our university, my dear brother, I want to ask your guest in the studio, the former aspirant or present aspirant. Where is he from? Is he from River State or outside River State?
He's asking where you're from.
I'm from Cross River State.
All right, he's from Cross River State.
Which means you have failed, because in our SUG election, at least the Endwell knows me very well, the former SUG president. If you are not from the state and entity, you cannot win election.
But University of Port Harcourt is not a university for River State.
That's not true.
So there are many other people who have emerged as winners in elections that are not from River State.
I want a team. I want a big team. I school in East. I contested for SUG president 2013. But they denied me.
Okay.
Because I'm not from East.
All right, Emeka. Let's Ikpo, you want to say something about it?
Yeah. So these are part of the foundations that actually informed my aspirations, because we're the democratic country where we have to look beyond ethnic backgrounds and foundation, and as Nigerians have every right to aspire to vote and be voted for, insofar as you meet the requirements that are necessary or needed for you to be into office. So it's a wrong narrative when they say non-indigenous in University of Port Harcourt cannot be SUG president. I stand to disagree.
All right. Temple in Eche, good morning. Hello, Temple. Okay, we lost the call from Temple. Quickly, Endwell, how can we make this system better? Because don't forget, there are also the insinuations that gang rivalry is also something that is a huge concern in these elections. And many people, in fact, you have to be either a member of one gang or the other, or you have people who are from a gang that you must even go and consult before you can participate in an election. And these gangs constitutionally are illegal. So how come we have these things happening right under our nose? Is the school management even aware? And how can we make the system better?
Okay. Andy, before I tell you how to make the system better, I must bring this to your notice. University of Port Harcourt, I don't know about other universities, but the university which I have participated in an election and followed have what is called security screening before you contest an election. And this security is forwarded to both Department of State Security and the Nigeria Police. They will scrutinize all the aspirants to make sure you are not a member of any. We have had a situation where mistakenly in 2014, the Senate president was elected, and after investigation, there were some allegations that he was a member of court. And after some investigation, the university insisted that he must resign, and he resigned as a student union senate president. I was a witness. So as far as University of Port Harcourt is concerned, it is a platform where a lot of persons have learned. At least we can attest for the fact that people like President Goodluck Jonathan, Rotimi Amechi were alumni of this university, and they are doing very well because of what they learned here. Rotimi Amechi was a North National president. He was a student leader, and he's doing well today because
very active in student unionism.
He's doing well because he had a good foundation from University of Port Harcourt. University of Port Harcourt have been known, and thank God we have a vice chancellor that is keeping that record. He has revived that University of Port Harcourt standard. So I must give it to the vice chancellor.
So Ikpo, what next? I mean, technically, you couldn't participate as you wanted to. What next? And did you have to experience any of these gang-related consultation problems and issues?
No, not really. For me as a person, I don't hold privy to gang membership or consultation, so I tried my possible best to avoid consulting them or being affiliated in any way. I'm not even a member to start with. The worst is Kegite Clubs of Nigeria, which is a social group which I am a proud member of over time in the university. But beyond the elections, first off, I'm a student leader on and off the elections. So what's next for me is joining hands with the new leadership and seeing how best we can inspire others to get into leadership, because it's one thing to be a leader and another to have followers and to also have those you can mentor. So for me, I see the SUG as a platform of raising young leaders. So I'll join hands with the new leadership, with the university management, see how much we can recruit young minds into leadership, give my own quota, and then also look beyond the horoscope. Like our leader have rightly said, we have NANs, there are other perspectives and platforms where you can express leadership as you can. And personally, I have my event and convention coming up, Flesh and Bones, in December, which will do all the necessary, publicity that we have to do. So I'll focus. I'm an entertainer and an actor.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go back to the backdrop, do my films, movies, and of course, do my events, Flesh and Bones, and do all that I have to do.
All right. As we wrap up, Godsend Emmanuel says, in order to avoid violence in the university, they should change the voting system to online voting. I think they've tried that one time. And the results did not come out well.
To me, that is the easiest way to disenfranchise students. I've told you, students are very smart and intelligent.
Very true.
Do you know that we have had platforms, occasions, especially at RSU and UNIPORT, the process will be going on, the system will be hacked, and it will shut down. So if you refer to
you are voting for this person, and that person is the one getting...
And that's why the Vice Chancellor, what he did for the students, that's why even in the SUG week, he was with them. They were very happy. Because when the last Vice Chancellor introduced that online election, that was when everybody was saying university had interest. And if you accuse university, then they will not have a defense, because university provides the platform for the election, and at the end of the day, a winner emerges from that platform. You see something that is shut down and comes up later, and somebody that was losing start winning. So the Vice Chancellor saw it and said, no, we cannot do it. Let students vote. Let us ensure security. That as they vote, whatever is the outcome, we'll announce it to them.
All right. Endwell, thank you very much for your time. Ikpo, thank you as well. We wish you all the best. We hope that the school management will continue to sanitize the system and get things to work better. And please, let's eschew violence in all our tertiary institutions in the state. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Good morning.
Wow, for lucky.